Hello family and friends and fellow YouTubers, it's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner, and today I'm out at the Hancock Homestead. I've actually been out here for a few days now because of the weather. We've had some really severe weather here in Missouri. We've had lots of snow, some ice, sleet, and it's just been kind of a really roller coaster ride of weather for the past week to 2 weeks. In fact, I think it's been 2 weeks now because the grandkids were not in school all last week except for one day, which I was really surprised they even went in the one day. And then they've been out of school half of this week already. So yeah, just a lot of unsettling weather here in Missouri. But today is a tad bit warmer, and I just feel like I need to get out for a walk. So I thought that while I was out here getting some fresh air and visiting my friend Paulo's been hanging out in the basement, but as you can see, he made it up today too. So while we're both out here enjoying some fresh air, I thought I would give you a walk around. So this is going to be the monthly tour. I'm going to try to do monthly, but this is going to be a walk around of the homestead in January. So here we go. You ready for a walk, huh? I am. Okay, so here is the east facing door. It's the side door, but we actually use it as our main entrance. All right, we're gonna walk on past the cottage garden here. It's warm enough today that the snow has started to melt off of some things, like the bushes, the shrubs no longer have snow on them. However, where there are drifts, there are still piles of snow. And then this is the north door, and it's supposed to be the main entrance to the house, but we've just never used it really that much as the main entrance. So, but that kind of gives you some idea of how the home is laid out. We have had some terrible winds, really awful windstorms, and as you can see, it really blew over the bird feeders. It really blew over the bird feeders there, and we just haven't been able to get out here to get to them to clean them up. Plus, they've been frozen to the ground. But these bird baths have just been frozen solid, and you can see that today is actually warming up enough that they're starting to thaw. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is walk all the way around the house first and then come back down the road later. So now we're going to go on around the west side of the house here. And we just have not been able to get out to the bird feeders. They've been empty. But because of mainly the ice, we just haven't been able to get to them. It's just been too dangerous. We're both older now, and it's harder for us to walk in this weather. And so that'll be one of my first goals, is to get these bird feeders filled back up. But here is the west side. I actually did this walk a little bit earlier just to make sure I could do it. So you'll see my footprints already in some places. Here is a fall task that I did not get around to, and that was pruning back the peonies. It's really not a good idea to let your peonies stand through the winter. So that is a project that I will probably do today, is get these peonies trimmed back. Better late than never. So anyway, all right, let's keep going, Paulo. All right, so now we're on the south side of the house. There's the house, and this is the south side. It feels so good to be outside. Between the bitter cold and the winds and then the ice, it's just been an awful 2 weeks. But it is warming up today, and it feels good to be outside. Paulo, are you coming? Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, where are we gonna go, huh? Come on. Lead the way. Yep, lead the way. There's actually been quite a bit of melting taking place today, because before there was no ground showing at all. All right, and then we're looking out to the east now. I'll do a real quick turnaround here so you can see. All right, we're gonna keep going. That is the garden spot right there. Kind of a foggy day today. Paulo is now entering the garden spot. And then we have the garden boxes, which I did not get all the way done. John and I went on a trip this fall, and after the trip, I don't know, it just like, we got back from the trip Halloween, and then before we knew it was Thanksgiving, and then before we knew it was Christmas, and now we're into January. So some of these boxes just did not get all the way tended to. I think I got looks like five of the 8 done. So they'll still be there to work on in the spring. All right. I don't know that I'm gonna walk through there because that looks like a pretty good drift. And I only have on my garden shoes. So I'm going to go ahead and just go right down here in front. Okay, so Paula, we're gonna go right down here in front of these buildings. In case you're new to the channel, this is the brooder house. And we're hoping to get some new baby chicks to start out here in the brooder house this spring. We do not have any chickens left from our old batch, which what lasted us, I think, 8 years, so not too bad. And then this is the big chicken house. I'll give you guys a tour of it sometime in the spring. And then this is my potting shed. And I don't feel like moving the snow there, so I'm just gonna give you a tour of it at a later time too. And then this was my fall decoration, and I didn't even get it put away. No, after John and I went on that trip, when we came back, it was just like Halloween, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas, and just did not get any fall work done at all. Paulo, you look so pretty standing there. All right, or handsome. I should say you look so handsome standing there. My sister is in Arizona. Yes, my sister is in Arizona. Tease her just a little bit. You're missing all this Missouri weather, Jody. Don't you want to come back and put your RV there? Enjoy some of this Missouri weather? Okay, I kid you guys not. Yesterday, last night, that was solid ice. Solid ice. And as you can see, it has warmed up enough today that we are finally getting some thawing going on. And I am not going to walk through there. But there is the old barn, built in 1851. The Homestead was bought in 1851 by the Hancock brothers. And so that's how long the farm has been in the family, since 1851. And I think the barn was built like within a couple of years of that, from what I can gather. Not the whole barn. I actually did a video about the barn, and I'll try to remember to link it. But the barn has been built like in 3 major stages. But the first part was built like in, I don't know, 1853 probably. But when the guy painted the barn, he said, what year was the homestead established? And so I was telling him a little bit about the history. And I said, well, the farm was bought by the first Hancocks in 1851. And so that's why he put it on that sign there for the barn, was 1851. Okay. All right, now we'll walk on down the road. John's been grading the road for himself to get to work and for the neighbors to get to work in between the times that the road graders have come. Our road graders are really good, but because we are a side road with not as many people, we are one of the last roads to get done. So John kind of helps fill in the gap, I guess you would say, of what the regular road grader does. So John has the tractor with the blade on the back, and he can grade as well. I'm very excited about this. I don't know if you guys, oh, Paulo. I wasn't excited about that, guys. What I'm excited about is right here, my yuccas. Can you see the yuccas growing, coming up through the snow? I did a video where I planted those. I don't know, it's probably been 3 or 4 years now. And John mowed them down the first year. I wasn't sure if they were going to come back, but then they did. Then he mowed them down again, kind of had to have a little talk with him about it. And so finally this year he did not mow them down. And as you can see, they are becoming established. So I'm very happy about that. All right, so let me show you guys where the house is at. All right, so there is the house. So that would make this the north view. So this is our north view right here. That's where we put our trash out at, in that little wheelbarrow. And there is the mailbox. Oh, it feels so good to be out here walking around. Now see, you can see where in a lot of the areas where it's been packed, we still have quite a bit of ice. That is ice. But it's nice to see some of it is melting. All right, so this is a view of the road facing north. That would be east. This is the view of the road facing south. And then this is the west. And over here in the west, in the evenings, we get the most gorgeous sunsets. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and walk on back up to the house. Paul, you coming? You can go explore a little bit. Okay, family and friends, well, I hope you enjoyed that walk around with me. I know I really enjoyed being able to get outside and get some fresh air. I hope wherever you guys are at that you're able to enjoy your day, and thank you for being here with me today. So I will talk to you all later. Bye for now. Yes, I know, it feels good out here, doesn't it? Paolo, you forgot to tell me to turn the camera back on. Okay, friends, so I went and got my pruning shears, set you guys up to show you that I had pruned, to show you me pruning these peonies, but forgot to turn you on. But as you can tell, the peonies have now been pruned down to the ground. So they will now be ready for spring.